One time when I was like 5, I was really scared of being alone. So I was in my 4-year-old brother's bedroom watching movies and we didn't know where the TV remote was, so I yelled at my mom so she will help us find it, but this bitch didn't came, so I walked downstairs looking for my mom and she wasn't there, so I really started to freak out. And I remembered that one time my mom told me to call 911 on emergency, so I thought it was an emergency and called the cops. As I was calling the police, my brother was crying and begging me to not call them, but I didn't care and called them. Then suddenly my mom comes out of the garage telling me to stop, and the lady in the phone was like, I. So my mom hung up and started to yell at me, and then the cops were outside my house and my mom told us to stay in the house, and we did. She somehow convinced them that I was trying to call my grandpa in another country and I got the wrong number. So basically I was in the 6th grade and this ugly hoe was talking shit about my best friend, so of course I said some to her. I said, why are you talking shit about my best friend? And she said, because I can, bitch. Then she started crying in the library and I was like, STFU hoe, and she kept crying and I laughed so fucking hard. LMAO. Then at lunch her and her ghetto little table were talking she about me and my best friend. Her side hoe, ugly musty crusty looking ass, came up to me and said, bish, if you have some to say it to her face. So me being the baddie that I was and still am, I went to her and said, bish, here mofo, why are talking shit huh? And this ugly chimichanga crusty meat out of the trash can choke the fuck out of me and said, because I can, bish. Said I pulled a big ass chunk of her hair out of her hair and said, fuck off. Then she swung at me, but I backed up and went back to my goddamn seat, and then I got called down to the office with that ugly skunk and got suspended for a week. The end. Red Heart. So this one time when I was in 3rd grade, me and my class were in gym. It was time to go, so we stood in a line until our teacher came, but our teacher took so long and I had to pee so bad. I told my friend and she told me to wait a little longer. I asked the pay teacher, he said to wait until the teacher comes, and then my stomach hurt so bad and I was like, you know what, I give up and peed all over myself. The pay teacher saw and told me to go to the nurse. The next day I was so embarrassed because everyone was looking at me loudly crying face.